Check, check. Check, check. All right, my audio sounds good. We're probably going to wait until I get into the game. I may have to check the audio again since the game does not have any menu music. Oh, let me also let my Discord know we are live. I'm also in my stream chat. Okay, we can get started. You can cure blindness with a scroll of remove blindness. If only it was that easy. All right. It's been 2 weeks. Wait. Yeah, 2 weeks. I don't remember at all what I did last time. Other than name the character Sheila. So, I'm going to take a sip of my water, and we're going to get started. And I'm going to try to remember everything I did.
Time becomes distance.
Oh, I should also... get my stream labels working. Because they may not be. There we go. Got it. Also, if you are a person whose subscription renewed while I was away or something, thank you. I don't have a record of whether or not that happened.
Step, step, step. I crave for adventure.
Is it? Oh, I found a map screen. That's helpful. Oh, this is like a actual like
What's in wait for me there, I wonder?
point and click and move thing. Okay. Journal. So we did the prologue, stolen land, errands. Moon radishes. I might actually turn it up just a smidge because it's kind of quiet in my ear, but let me know if it's too loud. About those tasks, what was it you wanted me to do again? There's a cave filled with spiders. What berries I call fangberries grow inside. I'd like you to gather a basketful and bring them to me as quickly as you can so they don't go sour. Okay, I should go.
Trail me. Step, step, step.
I just want to, like, search along the road here, make sure there's nothing we're missing, but I don't think there is. Okay. Oh, that's all their money that we chose not to take.
Let's shake a leg.
Current group. Confirm. I think we just want that group. Barasma's followers despise any intervention in a soul's afterlife except for resurrection. Creating an undead is the greatest sacrilege in their eyes. Okay. So I think we're going to head for Fangberry Cave. Whoop. No, no, I didn't mean to fight. Oh. Someone on the road. Okay, characters cannot sleep in medium or heavy armor. A jittery old man in squalid clothing shuffles up to you. His gray hair is unkempt, and he continually clenches and unclenches his wrinkled, freckled hands. When he looks up, eyes widen, and tugs his beard. Strange weather, invisible fog, creeping out of the woods, soars beyond the sky, obscures the sun and moon. Strange. Who are you? Remus, but that won't help with the fog. What are you doing here? I do nothing. Breathe, walk, observe. Invisible fog, does that mean you can find your way through it? Fog looks visible enough to me. I should probably go. My rival, do you mean Tartuccio? What power is he searching for? Someone else's, old but forever young, that which is taken from another, that which gave joy and now gives death? So like a lich situation, maybe? I don't know. Can you tell me where he is now? He's in an old tomb south of the trading post. Thank you. How do you know we're rivals? All the more reason not to linger. Farewell.
Time becomes distance.
So I guess we can like quickly search the area for anything interactable, but my guess is we got what we came here for.
Each step brings us closer to the end.
I might turn it up just a smidge more. Like, I don't know. I don't want it to be so loud that you can't hear me talk, but like I can barely hear the music and the dialogue. So I feel like maybe it's too quiet. Yeah, let's enter Fangberry Cave. I feel like leaving Tartuccio in the tomb for too long could cause problems, but at the same time, that could be a very big fight, and it would help us to have allies available.
Right.
Into the cave.
I'll carve my name into your flesh!
So, let me just review my skills real quick. I could rage. Let's see. Giant spider. It's pretty tough.
Die, die, die!
Like, I don't want to waste my rages, but I also don't want to just never use my rages.
Let the attack commence!
Let me pause here. Abilities, rage. Like, it doesn't say how long a rage lasts. Any way to like unuse it? Okay, we got some giant spiders taken care of. Like, that one combat used up 3 rages. I'm trying to figure out how to like only use 1.
The road calls me. I'll take the bait. Let's shred them! May I see your entrails, please?
I'm writing you out of our
We
story.
did not roll well on the initiative.
I'm by your side.
Okie
This way.
dokie.
I need a challenge. Ugh, won't work.
Or nature check failed. Do we just not have enough nature to...
Ugh, won't work.
Okay. This is talking about enemy swarms. Ah, I see. It is a difficulty of 20. I mean, she's got a +6. There's not going to be a better way to do this.
Forget it.
70. Can I just get a roll higher than, like, 10, please?
That was easy.
There we go.
I'm going. Don't rush me.
So do we have enough to complete the quest?
At first I said, no, I can't. It's too dangerous. But then I insisted, but I should. I need that to survive. Then I argued. Then I agreed to do it. It's so hard to decide whether to have breakfast or not.
So... could... scream, I could...
Burn! Slice! Behead! Die, die, die! Ah!
Oh, this is bad.
Let the attack commence! Ha! Ha! May I see your entrails, please? This won't kill me.
Oh, crap. What do we do about this? Do we have torches? Anything we could use to clear this? Ah, ever-burning torch.
Burn! Slice! Behead!
Oh, wait, hold on.
Die, die, die! Let the attack commence! Ha! Ah!
We're dealing 1 damage at a time to the spider swarm. I think it's time to run. How do I run? Oh crap. Everybody run, please.
Miserable.
Is it not possible to just, like, reload?
Ouch!
May I see your entrails, please? Ah.
Okay, actions. Abilities. Yeah, they got... Spider Swarm with 9 hit points, so we should actually be getting through them soon.
Could be worse, and will be. Definitely will be.
Hold on. Okay. Usable items. Spellbook? No. Abilities? No. Inventory. Potion of Cure Light Wounds. No, you take that, and then usable items. Potion of Cure Light Wounds.
Quiet down for a moment. At last. At last.
Come on.
Last. Last.
I think we're just dead.
Last. Last.
Oh? Maybe we can come back from this?
Oh, mine? Never thought I had that much.
Okay, let's just load our autosave. That was not great. So I think this time what we're gonna do is we're just gonna go in, get the berries, and leave. Yeah, we want to enter Fangberry Cave. Sorry, just checking on one thing.
Time becomes distance. What for Gorum?
Oh, lizards.
Die, die, die!
Let's do that. Ooh, we got him. Ooh. 5 pounds of lizard scales and meat. Oh, we probably had to
Shall
make
we
a
move?
check there
We
to
shall move.
get that, and we
I need a
failed.
challenge. Let's shake a leg.
Hello, goods. A purse, an inkwell, and
So
some
many
gold
huts.
coins.
So little time.
Each step brings us closer to the end.
So,
Who will prevail? Does it matter?
let's rush in. Oh, actually, let's do charge this one. Okay, how is everybody doing?
Step, step, step. Quick, quick! Else we miss all the fun! Let's go.
To the dust you will go.
Okay.
And so they walked on.
Got everything from this way. Let's just grab the berries and leave.
Done. What's in wait for me there, I wonder? Trail me.
Okay, so if your kingdom is destroyed, the game will be over. I assume that refers to after all of this stuff we're going through to like earn the stolen lands. Back this way, then this way, then this way. Yeah, we want to enter the trading post. When in doubt, save. Good to know.
I'll take the bait. Step, step, step.
Are these the berries you were looking for? Hey! What do you use the fangberries for? Let's talk about something else. I should go.
Time becomes distance.
Okay, so we have not gotten the ability to level up yet.
I crave for adventure. Shall we move? We shall move!
Let's go confront Tartuccio. If possible, I would like to avoid resting before we fight Tartuccio. I'm assuming that's what's coming.
Resting would be nice, don't you think?
Ah. Let's rest. Begin resting.
Listen, Harem, this Brodus of yours, what's he like? Some disgusting, slimy monster sitting in a cave, waiting for all of us to die, writhing around like a snake.
It's the opposite, Amiri. Grotus is the beautiful moon shining over Pharasma's boneyard. Well, not what is normally called beautiful. He does look like a skull.
Main cook spoiled hearty meal. Oh well. So I was hoping to get by without having to do we try to avoid or do we fight? We are not a stealthy bunch. I think it's better to get the jump on them. Soul Eaters become more dangerous if they know their victims' names. That's good to know. So we should be like careful about giving out our name, maybe. At least to people we've just
On my
met.
way. I'll carve my name onto your flesh.
A goblin
Let the
sentry.
attack commence.
If I charge, let's go with that. Okay, none of that's worth taking.
May I see your entrails, please?
Light crossbow, is that better than Lindsay's? Probably not. We also could get leather armor that might be better.
Let's shake a leg.
Okay. equipment.
Quick, quick! Else we miss all the fun! So many thoughts. So little
Okay,
Just
time.
letting the
Lindsay.
ink dry.
Equipment, let me check. No, she already has leather armor, so we're good. And her crossbow is
What troubles
equivalent to the one I saw. So we're good.
And Lindsay was called for.
The road calls me. I'll take the bait.
Grotus follows in my steps.
Okay. Yep, we're good with leaving all that.
At first I said, no, I can't, too dangerous. Then I insisted, but I should, I need that to survive. Then I argued. Then I agreed to do it. It's so hard to decide whether to have breakfast or not.
Let's continue in the direction we were going. Entered the tomb. We should also probably save. Quick save.
About time.
Scroll of protection from chaos seems pretty good.
Let me guess, you're still dawdling. Should I make some tea in the meantime? Bake a pie, perhaps? Plant a small garden and harvest some cherries? Perhaps you'd be more comfortable wearing fool's caps and colored trousers. Then at least I'd be able to sell tickets. Come one, come all! Feast your eyes upon the slowest and the most ridiculous buffoons in Golorian!
Golorian. So basically Earth.
Sir Tartuccio, I may serve you, but I am no one's slave. We do what we can, but it is no simple feat to find an unknown object in a vast dungeon.
Hold your tongue, gnome. I can hardly tell your twaddle from the buzzing of a fly.
Quickly now, if we don't find that artifact soon, someone else might seize it. Someone who's standing over there watching you right now, you fools!
Ooh, so we could take a companion from him, potentially. Let's try and take Jathal.
I see my magnificent rival will stop at nothing, even at stealing the servants of her enemy. Let us see if your fools are even more useless than mine. Draw your sword. You!
Ah, so because we went after Tartuccio, the bandits may not be there now. Let's charge at this one. And unpause. attack of opportunity. Ooh, scroll of hurricane bow seems pretty good. Ooh, that sword could be good. Fruits seem pretty good. Ooh. Studded leather armor seems interesting, but it does provide an armor check penalty to stuff, which I don't think our casters would want.
Right.
So let me check out the journal.
I'm going. Don't rush me.
How curious.
Come on. Interact.
I will grant your request.
Can I not interact with this because I didn't roll
I'm by
high
your
enough?
side.
Would it be Jane?
Ask. That is possible.
Oh, we can level her up. So you are an Inquisitor level 1. So we can give her 5 points. Let's put Stealth, Mobility, Trickery, Use Magic Device, and Knowledge World. Spells. Let's try to make sure that we're grabbing spells that... Or we don't have to grab spells that only Jaethil can use. It just seems like a good idea. I think... Expeditious Retreat seems pretty good.
Let's go.
This way.
Hold on, there is a mercenary that... Okay, nuts.
I need a challenge.
A sickle, a sword, and a skull with a single eye socket covered with a coin.
Move on.
Head with a single eye.
Let's go.
It kind of seems like I should be able to do more stuff in here, but maybe I just can't do it yet. Plasticop, thank you for the 4 months of subscription. Hope your evening / early morning is going well. Let Let me see. How sweet the first breath of fresh air after the stale. Let's try it. Okay. So let's see if we can find that bandit camp. I'm hoping that because this is the first quest we've come across that really has anything that could be described as like a failure state, the game will kind of go easy on me. Thornford.
Resting would be nice, don't you think?
Are we fatigued? Is that why Lindsay just said resting would be nice? Sometimes running away and coming back later is a good idea.
On my way.
Right.
I'll try to do it.
I see something.
Let's shred them!
My strength fades.
I failed. I'm sorry. It's just not
Down
my lucky
better
day.
ones.
What was the check to... Okay. Oh, it's a trickery check. Interesting. I'm rolling all these super low numbers though. Like, what's going on there?
Burn! Slice! Bend!
I'm hungry. When we stop.
Bandits are somewhere this way. Let's go for it. Let's see. Let's release Jihad. Jihad Kavgan. Oh, these times to be surprised to meet an honest woman as to see a manticore at a vegetable stall. For your help, exhausted my supply of prayers, but I'll gladly repay you in the future once I've restored my strength. Come to me if you ever need to be healed or blessed. I'll be able to handle the mission given me by Arasatil. Okay, so he wants me to help him find his temple. Pancakes. The notes of a traveling priest.
Forwards.
I failed.
No,
I'm sorry.
backwards.
Unexpected result.
Scroll necromancy, silver earring, shock and grasp, hematite, gold, and meat.
And so they walked on. You can count on me.
Each step brings us closer.
Sturdy cart with weapon marks along the
I
sides.
spy. What do I spy?
Ooh, a ring and a masterwork heavy flail. Harim uses flails, right? Does he only use the one-handed kind?
Yes, I'm still here.
Let me see. Equipment. Okay, yeah, he uses a one-handed flail. I wonder... would it be worth?
Rotus awaits us. Why there?
Switching him to a two-handed weapon? I don't know. Because I think the armor would be, like, good to have. Oh, let me switch back to Sheila. Sheila takes
Rotus
point.
follows in my steps. I'm going. Don't rush me. I'll try to do it.
I guess let's exit the area.
Resting would be nice, don't you think?
My life is a burden.
Okay, we are fatigued, I think. Now would be a good time to rest. Let's use our rations. Aha! I think let's put Jayfall on cooking, so we can put Lindsay on camp camouflage, and we can have either Sheila take second guard, Yeah, let's have Sheila take another guard. Okay. Wait, did I just hit
don't
yes?
understand. What's the point of preparing to die every day? Enjoy life, harem. None of it will exist after you die.
I don't need cheap pleasure to convince me that my life has value. Besides, it's a pleasure to know that every path has an end.
We found boggled hunting grounds. There's someone in the road.
Stand against me.
So we're gonna rage and charge at. Ooh, they're all gonna get to go before me. That's rough. Let's take out their caster. Hold on. You're hurting. How do I make you not hurt? Inspire courage. Cure light wounds. Let's cure your light wounds. Is that gonna happen? Okay.
Is all this blood mine? Never thought I had that much.
Okay. Why can you not do things? Are you afraid? That must be what that little symbol is. Could cast.
All I see is plagues.
Ah, I see that heals them and
I'm writing you out of our story.
Could be worse. And will be. Definitely will be.
Step, step.
hold on. Where's Sheila's body? Abilities. Hold on. Can
Adventures
Lindsay
call to them.
cure light wounds me?
Excellent. Yes.
Hold on. How do I like read this chat log thing? Did I clear it? Got it. Is there anything here? Like, I want to see what happened to, oh, Sheila dies. But we're fine now? Lots of swords, lots of armor. None of it very good. So how do we, leave? We don't have a lot of knowledge arcana. Oh, we do actually. So with a +8, we'd need to roll a 12. With a +7, we'd need to roll an 8. With a +6, we'd need to roll a 12. I think the number 2 here is our best choice. Okay, that time we rolled. Let's try it. Okay. We rolled a 19. Oh well. Let me check one thing. Sorry, I just need to respond to my aunt real quick. She sent me a text that was, I mean, not like important, like urgent, but important, like, because it's my aunt and it's good to reply. There we go. Okay, so for now, let's head back to the trading post. Enter location.
What's in wait for me there, I wonder?
Feral swine when you're in the woods, not a normal wild pig. Big's bear. Alright, let's go kill this tusk getters.
Trail me.
A giant boar. We'll speak again later. Marine. Have you ever regretted your decision? Don't worry, I betrayed me, Sheila. All I've ever done was look down at contempt on my futile effort to please him. I crafted armor plates, but they fell apart with a single strike. Thanks for the conversation.
Time becomes distance.
How may I serve you?
Jod. I need the help of a cleric. Ah, so he sells scrolls and diamonds. Lots of diamonds. Okay, bulk selling.
How may I serve you?
What services do you offer?
That's why I'm here.
Visions.
Find the Temple of the Elk.
I've pieced together its location from what I can remember of my visions. I have a rough idea of where to look for the sanctuary, somewhere in the North Nile marshes. However, I don't possess the strength to walk this path myself. Do not reject my plea, good traveler, and I'll repay you as best I can. How may I serve you?
Tell me about
exactly
yourself.
Would you like to? My
Tell
story.
me about your past.
Why not? You deserve to know it. I am a priest of Erastil, and Galt is my homeland. You can imagine what it's like following the teachings of the stag god in a realm torn by discord and strife. Rebellion and suspicion are the pillars of Galt. Led by Erastil, I tried to guide my flock to embrace tranquility and balance and guard them from hasty judgment, until I fell from grace myself. Foolish, foolish old Jod. My misdeeds cast a shadow over my life and service. In search of redemption and a balm for my soul, I took to the road. I had come nearly to despair when Erastil sent me a vision of the Temple of the Elk. I knew that very moment that the stag god had shown me the way to redemption.
Okay. What did you do to
Well,
anger
if you
Erastil?
truly wish to know, I'll have to start from the long time back. Werewolves preyed upon the lands around my village. They murdered people for fun or sport and left the corpses to rot on the roads. One night, they broke into a young woman's house and dragged. One evening, a traveler came to our tavern, tattered and dirty from days on the road like so many others roaming Galt. He sat quietly in the corner of the tavern, drinking cheap ale, and in an instant, I knew he was a werewolf. I felt it in my soul. It was like Erastil himself had whispered it into my ear. Led by Providence, I left to gather my flock, and we surrounded the tavern. The retribution was swift. However, I was tragically mistaken. The young man was no werewolf. He was a bandit, sent to spy on the village by one of the local gangs. We only found out after, when we went through his things.
I see.
Whatever
Please
the
continue.
case, I knew Erastil was no longer pleased with me. It was terrifying. Imagine how my mind raced when here in the Stolen Lands I heard the voice of the stag god once again. He gave me another chance at service to atone for my guilt. Now I have regained hope, and that very hope for
Can you tell me
some
about
is
your
a
homeland?
land of freedom, where power belongs to the people, not to lords or kings. For others, it's a land of never-ending revolution, a realm surrendered to anarchy. For me, I found Galt a violent place. Crowds eager to lynch a stranger for that accent or appearance, where a single word uttered at the wrong time or place can spark the people to riot and cities to burn. For me, it is a place inhabited by the frightened and the desperate, always suspicious, watchful of trickery. All too often they are deaf to the voice of reason. They cannot grasp that chaos and lawlessness lead only to yet more chaos and lawlessness. All my life I've tried to break through to these poor people. As you
enough
wish.
for now. Tell me about Erastil.
Of course, it would be my pleasure. Erastil is one of the eldest gods of Golarion. His faith emerged when the first people appeared upon the land. Erastil helped our ancestors cultivate the land and hunt. Even now, his blessing lies with those who uphold the old traditions and keep to simpler ways, far from civilization and the noise of the city.
cities have their strengths,
Tell
don't
that
they?
to the peasant robbed of all he owns, spending his night in the gutter, hoping to live to see the sunrise. You won't see such things in a village.
You do have a point. Indeed,
I'm
cities can be
glad to
places
hear
of
you
wrong,
agree.
but
These days, many are deaf to the wisdom of generations.
Does
The
Rosta
word
demand of its faithful?
demand does not befit the stag god. Honesty and friendship, loving families, merry weddings, and newborn children in their mother's arms, they bring a smile to Erastil's face. He loves his people and rewards them with fortunate hunts and plentiful harvests. But he has no temper for sloth and vanity. He never bestows gifts upon his faithful without first measuring their worthiness. We ourselves must win our daily bread, but the stag god
So I'm
comes
getting
to
the
our
vibe that
aid
this dude
in
is just
times of
like
need and strife.
a contemporary Catholic, basically. To each his own. I want to ask you about something else. We'll speak again. Why do you want to kill the Tusk Gutter so much? Thanks for talking with me. Here's your ring, Svetlana. Kressel gave it to me. I even managed to convince her not to fight me. I suppose I should tell you the truth about her. Kressel wasn't her real name. Her real name was Irena. Before this, she was the daughter of my mother and her second husband, my half-sister. I can't help but feel like everything that happened to her was my fault. She always had the wildness to her. She belonged to the streets, hanging out with a bad crowd. Until the day she passed, Mother complained about Irena constantly. Back then, it was just cruel games and strange escapades. She never really hurt anyone back in Restov. Her father didn't live much longer than our mother, so I decided to try to help Irena. I brought her here to the Stolen Lands, though Oleg was against it. And once here, she immediately fell into the Stag Lord's influence. She never even needed to meet him. The stories and rumors from local hunters and bandits were enough to win her over. She would tell us how he was a real leader, unlike Restov's softies. Eventually she ran away, only to return under a new name with a pack of thugs to collect taxes from us. What's worse, she participated in the torture and execution of prisoners alongside the Stag Lord's minions. I don't know if there's any way to set her back on the right path, but I'm grateful for your kindness. Perhaps there's still hope for the sake of my mother's memory. I'd like to believe that. I have to go.
Step, step, step.
I feel like maybe we should like store some stuff because we are very encumbered.
Forwards! No backwards, backwards! What's in wait for me
Hello,
there, I
Jacob.
wonder?
I would like to hear your story. So it was boring and a waste of time. I have killed. I was exiled from Kyonin. Elven race, homeland, basically. I died. I was raised by Urgathoa's gift. That is my story. Who were you before your exile? Belonged to a wealthy family. held high position on the courts of Ayadara, the capital of Kyonin. When my little wrongdoings were revealed, the trial was held in the very same court where I tried cases and delivered sentences over several hundred years. An awkward situation, don't you think? Who did you kill and why? Family, 4. But why is the more interesting question. What is the worth of 1,000 years if you cannot enjoy it like your first 10 dozen springs? Everyone considers elves ever young, but our youthfulness is but a mask, a threadbare ritual gown. What lies underneath the dust of years and jaded repetition? With each year the dust grows thicker, and erstwhile joys cease to excite, and cloy as a dish you've tasted 1,000 times. Long did I search for a way to avert this fate. Don't I, who has truly tasted life, deserve a better lot than those benumbed old elves who closed themselves to the world? And I found a way in the ancient texts of Urgathoa. Goddess of physical excess, disease, and the undead. Okay. A ritual involving the blood of my kin. A trifle that would make each day feel as a holiday created specially for me. The ritual gave strength not only to my body, but my mind and my soul. And my mind whirled at every sensation, each sip of wine or silken caress. Oh, how I miss this. My cousin was the first I used for the ritual. Simple matter to pass through death is an unfortunate accident, but the enchantment would not last. I had to find another and conceal my trail. With the third death, my family grew suspicious, and upon the fourth, my deeds were finally revealed. Such a pity, if not for this, my unlife, even now, would overflow with burning pleasures, for I have dozens of useless relatives. Did you kill innocent elves for entertainment and pleasure? That's abominable. Yes, I have. Use whatever high-sounding words you wish to describe my deeds. Say abominable. Suits you, reasonable, and honest would fit just as well. Do you have family in Kyonin? Anyone who is dear to you? Someone I would hesitate. Perhaps my daughter. I would regret the wasted effort. Creature turned out quite well, like a properly trained dog. That's not a nice way to talk about your daughter. Is exile your only punishment for murder? For an elf, exile is a serious punishment. How did you die and what happened after? I don't remember my death. I was stunned by the sentence of exile, and I admit I showed weakness. I wandered aimlessly, absorbed in despair, without concern for my safety or sustenance, and then I remembered desolate rocks, a stone I lay upon, a convulsion passing not only through my whole body, but through my soul. Then I awakened cold, calm, my body overwhelmed with strength, but haunted by a strange internal silence. There were bloody prints of bone feet on the stone next to me, the sign of the goddess, a battle scythe lay nearby. That was the first and last time I heard Urgathoa's voice. She spoke but 3 words, "Hail the Inquisitor," that is all. She has neither addressed me nor answered my pleas ever since. I will not bother you with the story of how I tried to comprehend my new condition. Soon I had a chance to put my new powers to the test. A group of my kin had tracked me through the woods. They were insolent and would pay dearly for this, but I had to reckon how I might free myself from their persistent chase. A powerful protector from among the short-lived could help me. And the Sword Lords seemed suitable, that is all. Tell me about your birthplace. I hope you do not ask from idle curiosity. Kyonin is the birthplace of the elves. Other races are allowed to visit within reasonable limits, usually only as far as Green Gold. Okay, it's a port city, I would guess near the border or something like that. Sorry if I'm like not reading all the glossary entries and getting stuff wrong or confusing stuff later, but this is a lot of reading. And it's interesting reading, but it's a lot of reading. That is the enclave for half-breeds in the short-lived, a whim of our queen. I enjoyed going there sometimes as to a wild beast show. Beyond this caricature of a city, Kyonin is a mixture of grandeur and the sad remains of ancient glory. Next to today's graceful dwellings lie the ruins of ancient monuments and fountains. Elves prefer to live in small groups in secluded settlements. The most outgoing and ambitious live in the capital city, Ayadara. Daily life is filled with the efforts of 100-year-old infants seeking worthy goals and 1,000-year-old stony civics entertaining themselves howsoever they can. That is all. It's scarcely worth mentioning that even this gloom is far more tempting than anything one finds in the lands of the short-lived. Enough talking about your past. What's it like to be undead? Do you wish to know what it means to me personally, or what powers and limitations it imposes? Do you regret not being alive anymore? You surely know how to ask questions. Two desires led me through life: to feel pleasure time and time again, and to achieve perfection. Unlife brought me closer to the second. I am changeless, torn from time. The chaos of the world and even the soul circle have no power over me. But everything comes to a price. Most things that brought me life, pleasures in life, are meaningless to me now. How can I decide what is better? There's no purpose in living only for yourself. It makes life and unlife equally senseless. Agreed. How do healing spells, prayers, and potions affect you? Your healers had better stay away from me in battle. The undead are healed through interactions with negative energy, and I can perfectly manage that on my own. So don't use Cure Light Wounds on her. Got it. You don't need to sleep, right? I'm spared from that bothersome need, but I hope you do not take this as a reason to invent additional responsibilities to entertain me during the night. I spend this time meditating and addressing the goddess. What about, you know, a tactless and facile question. The pleasure is now senseless to me. Is food or wine action without feeling? Thank you, I have no more questions about this. Tell me about your goddess. That sounds strange, but I know less than others about Urgathoa and her faith. My transformation into her Inquisitor was unexpected, but I will answer to the best of my knowledge. Why is the cult of Urgathoa forbidden in much of Golarion? Because Golarion is plagued by narrow-minded cowards. Some tremble at the freedom granted by Urgathoa. Others fear the wrath of Pharasma and her priests. Goddess of birth, death, and prophecy. I could see why she wouldn't get along with the goddess of undeath. What do you know of Urgathoa herself? It's a mortal woman, basking in light and all the pleasures it had to offer. Her passion was so strong that Urgathoa rebelled against Pharasma, against death itself and its laws. After her own death, she escaped the power of the Lady of the Graves and returned to the world as a goddess. The first undead. Since then she has protected all who submit their souls to pleasure and passion, paying no heed to worn-out mortals and the dictates of law. What does it mean to be an Inquisitor of Urgathoa? The question is more complicated than it seems. An Inquisitor is by nature the most zealous defender of their faith, the hand of their goddess in mundane affairs. When I received this title and power, I expected that Urgathoa would tell me my mission, but this never happened. The goddess remained silent. There's only one reasonable explanation I can imagine. Discovering what's expected of me is part of my mission. So I reflect on this, make my prayers, and wait for a sign. Does Urgathoa feud with other gods? Not Urgathoa, but Pharasma still tries to call her to order and Serenre to heal her. I think Serenre is like the healing god? Yeah. Does Urgathoa require of her followers? To enjoy, to taste exquisite dishes, to feel the lover's caress and drink the enemy's suffering. A wonderful religious obligation, isn't it? Enough about this for now. What made you follow me? Curiosity, the need for a reliable ally. You see, I must come to understand what my goddess seeks from me. Urgathoa gives me the power of an inquisitor without declaring her will to me. I await her reply, any hint or trace or clue. I suppose our meeting was no mere accident. Besides, I imagine that several Kyonin assassins still pursue me. They never risked attacking me while I was under the patronage of the Aldori. They are unlikely to attack while I have reliable allies like you. But why do these assassins follow you? No, they can't have been sent by the Queen. I am branded outlaw, but my punishment was exile, and it is not custom for elves to contravene their own verdicts. My attackers shouted something about threat and blood. I suppose they are a splinter group of feeble-minded zealots, or someone on a quest for personal revenge. Thanks for following. Okay, so I can't go back and also say, you have my protection. Thank you for the conversation. Kind of seems like we should try to sleep off the whole dying thing we went through. So let's not steal their life savings. Healed.
Time becomes distance.
Outside. So let's
Trail me.
go. Ooh, a heavy crossbow. Where was this at?
Step, step, step.
Because I guess what I'm thinking is the heavy crossbow might not be a terrible thing for Lindsay to get.
What's in wait for me?
Although she uses a light crossbow, that might be a one-handed thing. Well, let's just move on. We'll find more stuff, I'm sure. Yeah, we like this group. It occurs to me we're collecting quite the group of like religious followers, like harem. Okay, so that's like our main quest. I kind of think so. We have a few options. We could go after the abandoned hut, go after the League, and then Tuskgetter, or we could go for the encampment, Tuskgetter, and then the hut, or we could go for Tuskgetter, encampment, hut. I think I want to go for the hut because it is the closest to where we are. A moist basin. So that has more to do, it seems like, with Oak That Strayed. Let's check out the abandoned hut. I think the fact that we what's it called? So I've done a lot of reading, but I guess I haven't talked about what I'm thinking in terms of like everything that's going on. Oh, hello.
Forwards. No, backwards. Backwards.
We've got herbs.
I'm by your side.
The staircase decayed and collapsed. Long ago it cannot be climbed.
No secrets can escape my prying gaze.
Potion of enlarged person, a peridot, and a gold gem.
This way.
Rotted wooden racks, long ago used for drying herbs.
I see blood. Blood!
Wolves.
Die, die, die! Let the attack commence!
Okay, we don't have the ability to skin those wolves. Nugra's old notes. Early spring, stew, hurts.
I spy. What do I spy?
Ancient Rothlandic coin.
About time.
Maybe this is the Stag Lord's, like, past?
I need a challenge.
Applause, please.
Masterwork Dwarven Urgosh. Masterwork Earthbreaker. Seems pretty good.
Each step brings us closer to the end.
I have been waiting for you. The flowers, birds, and wind told me you would come. Oh, my poor flowers. They will perish before long in this bog.
Ooh, mysterious talk with nobody.
The Druid's notes mention Akashi created
I know
using
little
herbs.
of the
Do you know anything
magic of
about that?
people, but there is a trick we nymphs love to use. Herbs and flowers can keep secrets, as well as reveal them. Place a herb in a chest you wish to hide. It will conceal the treasure from strangers' eyes. Place the herb there again, and it will reveal what was hidden. If the druid used this trick, he probably chose simple herbs, likely those that can be found nearby.
Okay, so we did find some herbs.
Search the area around the hut. Try to find anything that remained of the druid who lived here. I am sure the fog is his doing. This suffocating veil is as vicious as his nature. We should learn more about the fog and the ritual through which it was created. Return to me if you find anything. The past may hide the answers that shape the future.
Tell me about yourself.
Do you really wish to know? Fine. I'll tell you a fairy tale. Once upon a time, there lived a young nymph. She lived in an enchanted forest, where 1,000 birds sung day and night, where the sun often left a spark or two hanging in the tree crowns, and where the starlight fell on sleepy glades. Like the young nymph loved simple things, like sitting by the stream with her friends, braiding each other's hair and adorning their braids with crystals made of dew, or watching the flowers blooming. But inside her soul, the young nymph dreamed of something more. Oh, dreams. Nothing in any world can live without them. Even a seed that falls in fertile soil cannot sprout without the dream of the sun. The same was true for our nymph. She wished to turn her enchanted forest into a true fairy tale kingdom and fill it with thousands of wonders. Those greater powers decided to punish the nymph for her boldness. They sent a horrible monster to poison the enchanted forest and kill the singing birds. The nymph was forced to flee, and finally she found shelter here in the stolen lands. Here she hoped to sprout the seeds of a new dream, even as she mourned the dream she'd lost. But then the magic mist appeared, killing everything that lived. And the nymph cast about, desperately searching for help. So far, these are the fairy tale's final words. But I hope this is not the end just yet.
That's sad. Would you be willing to share the details of your story, evil powers,
One
enchanted
day,
forest?
Perhaps I will tell you more. But it doesn't matter now. We need to concentrate on the problems at our doorstep. The Stag Lord, the Druid, the Mist.
I had a strange vision. A young man and an old druid were tortured him, then they exchanged roles.
Yes. The soil, water, and stones here are infused with toxic pain and fear. They poison this place as we speak. You have seen where your enemy's journey began. The one called Stag Lord was once the victim of a cruel madman, and has since become one himself. You see now how monsters are born. But what comes of regret for a thing you cannot change? I will be waiting.
And so they walked on.
Okay, so if we look at treasure chests, probably.
Let's go.
Right.
Grotus follows in my steps.
So we have herbs, but it looks like I can't open any treasure chests around here.
Time becomes distance.
Oh, there we go.
What's that?
Wooden house timeline is apparently deserted. To the old temple of the elk again today. Wicked, gloomy place, just like my soul. Used to shine once and it's hollow and horrible now.
Step, step, step.
You come again. Did you find something?
I found the druid's notes. They mentioned a temple of the elk. Can you
An
help
ancient
us?
temple. The temple of the stag god. Yes, that must be it. The place of power where the druid created the fog. Perhaps we'll be able to cleanse it from there. The temple hides in the thicket not far from here. You'll need to go there and purge the place of whatever evil still lingers there.
I have a clear goal. I'll
Trail
continue
me.
my journey. Stone altar is decorated with an eroded foliage pattern and symbols of green faith. A wooden house timeline is apparently deserted. Take a coin, the chain, bone necklace.
I will
and
indulge
jade.
you.
Oh, there is like definitely something in that house.
I'll carve my name into your flesh. May I see your entrails, please? Ah!
Shared stash. Ooh, we got a tenderloin.
You can count on me.
So we can exit the area. Ranged attack with weapons or spells against targets engulfed in main. Oh, let's see. So, oh, that's the temple we needed to find for the thing anyway. Let's go down here.
Resting would be nice, don't you think?
Oops, I did not want to enter here. I wanted to rest. I guess it's still a good place to rest, like, before, you know, we head out.
I'm hungry. When
More
we
strength
stop.
fades.
Let's rest. So let's not rest until fully healed. Let's use rations.
I'd like to sit at a desk in my own library, writing memoirs, with someone bringing me a nice cup of hot tea. Oh, who am I kidding? I wouldn't be able to sit still for a day.
Okay, that was apparently a very bad camp, but I think we made it okay.
I'm by your side.
So I think we should quick save, because taking on the Technic League is probably going to be first on our list. Or actually, maybe we'll go for Tusk Getters first. Ruins in an old temple. Oh, that's like a kingdom resource. We're not gonna. We're not gonna get to that for a while, I don't think. And there's a custom where I'm from. A boy kills monster in front of the elders to prove he's a man. Our tribe girls don't get no initiation at all, so I arranged mine myself. Like in the song about Kagul the orphan, I downed a cave lions in combat. Face. He said I scratched my belly myself and hired some men to keep the wine for me and trade for it. Ugh. Later they agreed my initiation, of course they had no choice, but... Must you really slay him in single combat? It'll take our whole party to bring this Tusk Getter down. I see, come on to battle. Okay, so we gotta protect her.
Let's shred them!
I'll survive. I always survive.
Okay, let's see. Lindsay, I need you to heal Omri. Sheila is going to rage. And I think that has us covered.
Yes.
Is all this blood mine?
I always
Never
survive.
thought I had that much.
So, we need lots more healing.
All I see.
Protect me, please.
Are you hurt? Scratches. Still, why do you want to kill this monster? You passed the attack back when you were with your tribe, didn't you? Well, not just pups must pass this test. If a man is a newcomer to a tribe, he must bring a monster's hide. Proves he's not weak. I'm honored you consider me a part of your new tribe. You're a strong and valiant warrior. Meat, head, tenderloin.
Urgathoa guides me.
Quartz, wand of fine traps. That seems pretty good. And an ancient Rostlandic coin. There's some honey here.
I'm going. Don't rush me.
Like, I know we just rested earlier, but I kind of think we need to rest again.
Resting would be nice, don't you think?
Yeah, let's rest.
Harem, do you really prefer to feel insignificant? Like your whole life is useless?
Do I like it, Does that matter? All that matters is that this is the truth, little storyteller. I came to learn the truth. I humbly accepted it, and now I share it with others. Yet you keep consoling yourself with shallow tales of hope.
Yay! We finally got a hearty meal. Oh, that actually didn't heal us to full though. Even with I assume, using all our spell slots. We will have to be mindful of that. Alright, let's take out these bad dudes. Quick save. Let's enter here. And then we'll check out the Temple of the Elk, and then we'll probably head back to the trading post to plan our next move.
Grotus follows in my steps.
Can you make an epic pose? I need inspiration.
Burn! Slice! Behead!
I'll take the chocolate.
Move on!
That stuff all seems not great.
Anything else?
Scroll of Bane, money, potions.
On my way. I see blood! Blood! Die, die, die! Work! Work, you silly spell! Work! Work, you silly spell!
Do I rage here? I think I do rage here. But now we're going to turn it off. We're going to let our rage. Okay. This thing is taking a few hits.
Is all this blood mine? Never thought I had that much.
This body holds no more.
I wonder what lies beyond.
Let's see. Before deciding her fate, I want to ask her some questions. Why did you have these two in chains? I don't have any more questions. Yeah, I'm gonna kill her myself. Let's see. Who are you? I am Ragongar, and this is Octavia. The rotten Numerian held us as slaves, but we are no mere scavengers. You see the crowd they had guarding us, it's because we use magic, and I'm not bad with a blade if it comes to that. They're alright, we could use them on our team. What is the technically? Huge man-eating spider catching all of Numeria in its webs. They're a secret society of arcane spellcasters who study ancient technology. They have eyes and ears throughout this land and abroad. So they even have Kavoth Cool in their pockets, the very sovereign of Numeria. They also control all the slave trade in the country. I've seen many a young treasure hunter's adventures end at the slave market. May the technically rotten Abaddon. How did you get captured? I've lost count of how many times we've tried to escape. I can't name all the things we've tried, but we were caught every time. Maybe just take us somewhere else. I don't know who'd want to buy us, but imagine how happy we were when we learned they were taking us to the river kingdoms where slavery is forbidden. Indeed, we tried so many times to escape, yet in the end, the league itself brought us to the free lands. Under heavy guard, I'll grant you, if it wasn't for you, who knows where we'd go next. Your good fighters want to join my group. So, is there a way to view, like, information about them? I think I'm inclined to take the spellcaster.
Share your will. Let's go. Speak.
Wand of Expeditious Retreat. Helmet. Scroll of Shield. Scroll of Cure Light Wounds.
State your desire.
I need a challenge.
Goods. A chain shirt. Light armor. -1.
You have my attention.
What's in wait for me there, I wonder?
Like, where is Octavia?
Each step brings us closer to the end.
So,
Ask.
I think having a magic user would be good. Trying to avoid just seems like a recipe for disaster.
Then our leader charged forwards. Hey, wait for me! as possible.
About time.
Request.
Let's go.
So I think we should rest. Okay. Begin resting.
Who will remember me when I die, huh? Who's going to cry? Just my Octavia. Or would she?
Let us enter the temple. We've done a lot of stuff at night for some reason. Be careful, there are dangerous beasts ahead. They are both guards of this place and tokens of the druid's evil magic. Please be careful. Just in case, I'm gonna quick save.
On my way. No secrets can escape my prying gaze. What for Gorham? Let the attack commence!
Right.
Muddy water gives off a strange nauseating smell.
That is possible.
Statue of Arastil seems to resist the ravages of time.
Scared? You should be.
Suffer less damage from weapons as reflected on damage resistance. Creature with damage resistance still suffers normal damage from energy attacks, even on magical ones. Okay. So
May I see your entrails, please?
Shocking Grasp. strike. Let's go for a shocking grasp. And tell you what, let's just like make sure this thing is dead. Let's go inflict light wounds. We'll have nothing to do. Summon a monster. You're fine. Okay, let's unpause, let it all happen.
You see that?
Oh, Tashan is gone.
Oh, Sarenrae, I see your light.
All I see is blackness.
Move on.
Okay. Sheila suffered a crippling blow. We need heals.
Just letting the ink dry.
Let's try to
I will grant your
heal
request.
Sheila as much as we can. Nuts, quarterstaff, potion of remove curse. 5 years in the depths of the forest. Revelations of the disciple of the teacher Avalo by Serbiah the Wolf. Scroll of Calm Lightning and Teleport.
I swear, never have I been so glad to meet a stranger. Even with the power granted me by Sarenrae, I almost lost. You have my thanks. Please, allow me to introduce myself. My name is Tristian.
A Sarenrae fanatic. Talk about people I'd be just as happy not seeing for the next 1,000 years.
A local nymph directed me here. She thinks the enchanted fog in this temple was created by the druid who serves the bandit leader here. I expect defeating the beast guard should cause the fog
I have never
to clear.
spoken to nymphs, but I believe their assessment is accurate. The creatures occupying this temple are far from ordinary animals. The power that moved them here is related to the fog. The beasts hold the fog as anchors hold a ship dancing in the waves. From what I can tell, once the beasts are defeated, the fog should begin to clear. You are very kind. Kindness to strangers is in short supply these days. But worry not. I was investigating this fog. I believe you have already discerned that it is magical in nature. I serve Sarenrae, goddess of sunlight. Discovering an evil magic that isolated living creatures from the sun alarmed me in no small way. I was able to locate the place the fog originated from, but was too presumptuous and almost got into the beast's teeth. I promise to think about your request after you deal with the beasts. But please, I will wait for you.
Once I deal with the beasts.
This fog.
I need a challenge.
Got green quartz, bloodstone, gold ring, potion.
Let's go.
So I assume we will be able to get Octavia to join us again at some point. Just based on the fact that she is still like popping up as a person. Okay, inventory. There's just like a use thing here. Use. Yeah, let's also just heal up.
What you want? Running won't help you!
Burn! Slice! Behead! Die, die, die!
Strike worth a legend.
commence! Is all this blood mine? Never thought I had that much.
Okay. So Sheila is hurting. So we can't just like heal her and throw her right back into combat. She kind of needs to stay back.
I will grant your request.
I spy. What do I spy?
Can you make an epic pose? I need inspiration.
Die, die, die! Let the attack commence!
Let's see what your entrails look like.
Okay.
That is possible.
Now before we get too deep into this,
shall we move? We shall move!
What you want?
The road calls me.
And so
I'll
they
take
walked
the
on.
bait.
And then our leader charged forwards. Hey, wait for me.
okay, so we're
May
gonna
I
rage,
see your
attack.
entrails, please?
Marine is fine. Lindsay is going to summon an animal companion. I think Amari's fine. Let's go inflict wounds. Let's go shocking grasp.
I'll cut you.
And let's let's rage. Why not? This is gonna be like the hardest part of the fight. Let's like make sure it goes down.
Did you like that? What? You didn't?
Ooh, that was spicy crit. Okay. So now we're gonna turn off her rage.
I see your light.
Let's turn off the rage.
Quick, quick! Else we miss all the fun!
Each step brings us closer to the end.
Let's shake a leg! No secrets can escape my prying gaze. I crave for adventure.
I swear, never have I been.
A Saren Ray fanatic.
I have never spoken to Nim. You are very kind. I was I promised to. I will wait.
So many thoughts.
Right.
So little time.
Okay,
Anything
let's
is
have
possible.
Lindsay do some healing.
Yes.
Yeah, let's go ahead and use up that last spell slot.
The road
Hopefully
calls
that's at
me.
least
I'll
better.
take the bait.
You cannot stand against me.
Burn! Slice! Behead! Ah! Is all this blood mine? Never thought I had that much.
Shocking grasp.
The weak suffer. I endure.
Shocking grasp seemed to work. Is there anything else we can do to help with this?
Unworthy. Wretched things.
I'll survive. I always survive.
Shall we move? We shall move!
I'm by your side.
At first I said, no, I can't, too dangerous. Then I insisted, but I should, I need that to survive. Then I argued. Then I agreed to do it. It's so hard to decide whether to have breakfast or not.
Grotus follows in my steps.
I will wait.
State your desire.
Okay, hold on. We need lots of
Brave
healing.
for adventure.
Inventory. Might be time to use that. Cure moderate wounds. Let's make sure everybody
We
is
miss all
fine.
the
Let's
fun.
leave nothing to chance.
Lost and full. Yes, I'm still in.
I'm listening. Well,
I'm restless. Together we are unstoppable.
Let's shake a leg.
This way.
Honestly, there are so many of those things. I'm kind of like, should I go rest and then come back in and do the rest of the fights? I think that's what I have to do. Like, we might be slightly too weak for this, but Oh, when they say rest in a safe place, they mean like go all the way back to the trading post. Okay, that's what that means. That's bad. That's actually very bad. I don't think I would assume healing spells that heal injuries are kind of above our pay grade at this point. So I think
I'm going. Don't rush me.
I think we should just like.
Shall we move?
Who
We shall
will
move.
prevail? Does it matter?
Okay, we're gonna have you rage. Oh, no.
Tear them apart!
Sheila is also going to rage. We're going to. You're gonna do nothing. I actually think I am okay with this. As okay as I'm going to be. So far, I appreciate that the enemy is doing a lot of missing.
I will indulge you.
Aha, we fixed it. The beast was
Praise the
defeated. What
Saren
now?
Ray. Now, if my knowledge serves, the fog should weaken and eventually clear entirely. We need only wait. Perhaps somewhere more hospitable?
The beast was
You
dealt with
saved
and
my
ready to
life,
travel with.
and I wish to repay good with. Let us be off. We will accomplish much good together. I'm sure of it.
So we're not gonna actually take him with us, but you know.
Right.
I think we just leave. So let's head back to the trading post. There's probably a shorter way back. Oh, I would love to try to avoid them, but I feel like fighting is our only option. We're not stealthy.
Scared? You should be. Die, die, die!
So far, not so bad.
I'll try to do it.
Okay, now let's take the quick path to the trading post.
My strength fades.
Ugh. Get some rest, you deserve it. I would have never found the Technic League encampment if your beauty hadn't beckoned me. Let's go with that, why not? Fresh bread and clean sheets await. Indeed.
Time becomes distance.
Tuskater is dead. You can mount his head on the wall as a trophy. Let's begin on time. Hello, Tristian. Tell me about yourself. Forgive me, but your manner and appearance, you don't strike me as a Kelishite. Knows where the heart is with the temples. Mercy and patience. You enjoy traveling. Doesn't being outside the temple make you uncomfortable? It's true shrines pray. Oh. Do you know where you're going next? To the contrary, I hope you will stay with me for as long as you can. The thought of you leaving is not a welcome one. Let's discuss something else. What can you tell me of Serenray, history of your faith? There's much to tell. I'm afraid I would miss the mark on for you. Something specific. How did Serenray come to be? Eldest deities, was an angel, gathered the armies, her celestial allies behind her in the battle in which she showed her valor. Set the fate of the whole world. And in her victory, she was rewarded with divinity. Tell me about this battle. You mentioned what was the active valor of Serenray against Rovagug, threatened to destroy Galorian. Serenray delivered the strike that staggered the horrendous creature and allowed her allies to shackle it. Once the rough beast was captured, the goddess split the earth, and the gods threw the behemoth into the depths. Once it was done, the goddess sealed the pit and commanded her faithful to stay away from the scar that was left in the land. Alas, mortal beings are imperfect. Not even the most faithful among us can always follow their deity's commandments. Even when such commandments are meant to save the world from my followers, I one pray the goddess is never again as furious as she was with Gormuz. You've mentioned Gormuz, what happened to it? Error of faith, perhaps a lesson, but it speaks of the danger when one listens to mortal words and stop listening to their faith. Tell me about the pit of Gormuz. Avestan. Have wars ever been waged in Serenray's name? Battles between Nethys, Norgabur, and Serenray in the lands known as Rahadom. Known as the Oath Wars. What are the teaching of Serenray? Make it sound like the followers of Serenray will try to find good even in a bandit with a knife to their throat. Are there any undeserving of mercy? Okay. Yeah, I'm down with that. What are your duties? Ask something else. How is Serenray worshipped? Temples like... Lots of light. I think I'm getting the picture here. We have the Everlight Oasis. I've been there, but the story says it is a wondrous place located in Zelshabar, which lies in Kazmaron. Pilgrims from throughout glory and travel there. According to legend, the waters of the Everlight Oasis are imbued with healing properties. What is the Sun Rot Festival? It takes place on the day of the summer solstice, when the prayers of her flock can reach Serenray the easiest. On this day, Kalesh blooms with color, each ruler of the Padishah Empire. The people praise their goddess by dancing and singing, setting off fireworks and flying kites. This beautiful custom shall one day reach your lands as well, Sheila. I wanted to ask, I've heard enough of Serenray. We're not going to be mean just yet. What brought you to these lands? Cursed. Every word other than a hate of argument turns into a prophecy here. Just waiting to fulfill itself, and if it were only for the people, the land itself is seething with curses so ancient their origins are impossible to trace. Take the abandoned temple of Arasatil where we met. Happened to it, what forces compelled the priests to leave such a magnificent temple behind to the whims of nature, we'll never know. I myself was nearly slain by beasts. Fortunately, you came along, following Jod, and saved me. I owe you a great debt, from a great distance indeed. Why did Jod see you in his premonition? Serenray sees all the good gods and goddesses as her allies. Many have fought alongside the goddess against the menace of Ravagug, Arastil among them. By offering my prayer to Serenray, I let her know of my misfortune in the Temple of the Elk. The merciful goddess did not ignore my plea, but whom could she have asked for aid than Arastil, whose faith is strong in these lands? Arastil had sent Jod aside, and you came just in time to rescue me. To tell the truth, I was certain my journey was at an end and those creatures would be the death of me. You spent much time here. What do you think the future holds for these lands? These are cruel lands. As I came here, I bore witness to much pain and suffering. I have seen equal kindness among those seeking to protect themselves and their loved ones. The people of the stolen lands are resolute and true to themselves. I admire their strength. Let's change the subject. You called yourself the Chosen of Serenray. What did you mean by that? Sorry, that was a mere jest. Other acolytes of my temple used to tease me with that title. I should tell you how pious and devoted I was compared to them. And yet my faith is strong. Serenray knows this protects me in times of great peril. If something ever threatens my life by her divine powers, I am transported to a safe location. I should go. Let's talk to John.
How may I serve you?
I found the Temple of the Elk and killed the beasts there.
Be praised, you finally returned, my good friend. Christian told me how you helped him at the Temple of the Elk. Thank you for heeding my request. My heart is calm and filled with confidence that I've followed the will of my God. I would like, as far as I know, your next target looks to be the Stag Lord himself. With the Temple of the Elk cleansed of evil, the fog surrounding us should disperse to reveal the path to the brute's lair. Of course, magic so powerful is unlikely to disappear all at once. Bide your time. Follow up on other concerns while you wait. I will gladly aid you on your noble quest.
So the fog will dissipate. We just kind of need to wait. Do you understand the true meaning of your visions now?
These visions, they were the voice of Arastil himself. Quiet but clear. Before all this happened, I believed Arastil had turned his back to me. But now, I see clearly. He has shown me divine mercy, for he has led me to you and invited me to aid in a fellow priest's deliverance. Lady Serenray and Arastil walk the paths of the gods hand in hand, and so must their servants as well. Christian is undoubtedly still very young, and youth is a time of naivete and confusion. But I see kindness and strength of spirit in him. traits indispensable to a priest. I sense that all that's transpired thus far is only the beginning, and the future promises great things for Tristan and for you. This is why Erastil led me to the Temple of the Elk. Day and night I pray for you and for my young friend. May the stag god lead as you wish.
That's enough about that for now. For the story we may speak later, farewell. Ooh, and we get to level up.
Quick, quick! Else we miss all the fun! What's in wait for me there, I wonder?
Let's go ahead and do Sheila's level up now.
My life is a burden.
We're going to be a barbarian level 3. So we want more athletics. More perception. More persuasion. More mobility? That seems pretty good. You know, the fact that we've already had to fight some enemies that have concealment as like a thing, I think blind fight is like not a bad pick.
My life is a burden. Trail me.
So let's head upstairs. Hello, Octavia. Tell me about your childhood. Too little, some scraps of memories, no more than that. What exactly do you remember? Nothing special. Images of a faraway past. Wooden table legs. Paint on them was peeling. Wild rose by the window. All of the memories, it's not like they're mine at all. I remember some images and I know I should feel something about them, but I don't remember what exactly I should feel. So let them rot in the swamp with tassel worms. My life's good enough without them. What do you know about your parents? You're half-elf, right? Okay, so she doesn't remember her parents. Do you remember how you were enslaved? Must be horrible being unable to recall your childhood. ask you about something else. You tell me about your life in slavery. How did you happen to find yourself in the Stolen Lands? Did you have many masters over the years? Yes, many of them. Some of them for years that they felt they'd had enough of me in a couple months. Trust me, I did all I could to make every master eager to get rid of me. A slave that's trained his magic is a rather expensive thing, so they wouldn't kill me. At least that was the hope. I drooled and played an idiot, and I listened as every new master argued with my former one, trying to return me. Sometimes I punctured the pages of magic books I was forced to copy with a quill. Other times I pretended to mix up the spells. So instead of lighting a magic torch, I set dozens of dancing lights floating just below the ceiling. Of course, most of these tricks of mine usually ended badly. I got punished. That's not great. Where did you learn to use magic? Have you ever tried to run away? We craved freedom, we lived only to dream about it. Those short days, sometimes weeks that we spent on the run were the happiest of my life. We used to hide in the woods or blend in with the crowds on the streets of Starfall. Midnight stars were our guiding lights, and we shared our dreams with them to reach the river kingdoms, for in these lands there were neither slaves nor masters. We were starving and freezing, but that was the real life. Too bad it usually ended too soon. The Technic League agents always found us in the end. I don't know how they managed to do it. They probably used magic, or maybe it was just our fate. Whipped us and returned us, or sold us to new ones if the old ones refused to pay. The dream never left our hearts. The masters ever hurt you? Let's talk about something else. Technically, you rescued us from arriving at our run away from you many times, but they always managed to find us eventually. I have no reason to hope that this time they've lost track of us for good. I won't let them take you, just let them try. What kind of relationship do you have with Rengagar? The way you said we're together sounded unconvincing. Is something wrong? Reg, we're gonna have to have a talk. When did you meet Reg? You owe him much? I don't owe anything I ever do. Reg has done a lot for me. so impulsive doesn't bother you. Let's change the subject. You just have to ask, how do you manage to look so gorgeous even though we're out in the middle of nowhere? You sure put a lot of effort into this, but the results make it worthwhile. You worship Callistra, right? It's amazing how after all your hardships you still remain so cheerful and optimistic. Why do you need to find the Technic League agents? Alright, we'll talk later. Ragongar. Tell me about yourself. Do you remember of your childhood? One of the Kelid tribes? It's weird that that didn't bring up like a glossary thing for whatever Kelid is. What deity do you worship? Where do you get your magical powers? The True Blood. Blue Dragon Blood. What do your tattoos mean? How do you manage to use both the sword and magic and not cut off your fingers? Do you enjoy making people suffer? Why do you ask? Do my methods shock you? I feel like it's kind of interesting that they don't give you a chaotic good or like chaotic neutral option here. If you treat your enemies like that, what makes you better than them? That doesn't totally line up with what I believe here, but they're not giving me a an option that sounds closer. So and why would you think I want to be better? Does that even mean I have no delusions of purity? I don't need to prove to myself or my enemies that I'm better than them. Thank you for your answers. Tell me about your life in Numeria. How did you become a slave? How did your masters teach you magic? What else did you see beyond your life in chains? Barbarians. You and Octavia try to escape. Slavery legal in Numeria. Thank you for answering. What kind of relationship do you have with Octavia? How did you meet? When we were children, we were taken in by a spellmaster, Janush. How to read magic, how to survive. Why do you call her yours? She doesn't seem to like that very much. There's freedom so much, and a slight chance of losing it frighten her. So smart. We think she feels like I'm trying to make her mind like an apple stolen in the market. Are you and Octavia faithful to each other? Is that an invitation? Thank you for your answers. I have to go.
Step, step, step.
Ooh, a ring of protection. And we have a +1 chain shirt.
Let's shake a leg!
Okay. We're gonna rest. Heal all of our terrible injuries.
Time becomes distance.
What's up, Lindsay? So what's going on at this point in our quests? Okay, so that's all good. Good arrival. Prove your worth. Oh, moon radishes. We never did
The
find
road
those moon
calls
radishes.
me. I'll take the bait.
So actually,
Forwards. No,
it's almost
back,
10 o'clock,
backwards.
so I'm gonna call it a night. Thank you for hanging out. It's good to be back. My vacation was pretty nice. I'll be back on Wednesday for some Persona 3. I don't want to say we'll probably finish it, but we're pretty dang close. Like I would say within the next few streams finishing Persona 3. Yeah, other than that, I hope y'all have a good day, and I will see you next time on Wednesday.